What's going on, guys? It's the Bulls and the Bears back with a weekly recap video going over, of course, the wheel option strategy. And you don't know if I'm wearing pants or not. So, it's Friday, 5 o'clock, markets are closed, the verdict's in, everything's done, okay? We're going to start with Macy's first and foremost, as usual. I'm going to go over just everything that I did this week and exactly where the trades ended up. So, if you've been following along with me, you know that I'm holding Macy's shares. I got 300 shares of those bad boys. And then I did 3 cash secured puts. One on Pfizer, one on Newmont Mining, and one on eBay. eBay actually had earnings this week. So that was a bit of a premium play, but a little bit more risk. Ended up working out fine. So we're going to start with Macy's. Oh, and by the way, the elephant in the room, the chart looks different. I played around with the chart. So Webull has a nice update where you can customize it even more than you already can, which is very nice. I've always wanted to be able to change candlestick colors, just to mess around with it. Maybe when Halloween comes around, there'll be some orange and purple or black or whatever. Christmas time will be red and green, but you know what I mean. So yeah, I don't know. I like the blue and white look, but we'll see what happens. So the blue is green, is up candles. The white is down candles. So anyway, so here's Macy's. This is the daily chart. So kind of up and down, up and down. I sold covered calls at the 1850 strike. So we're just going to go down to the 15-minute chart here. You can even change the pre-market zones. You can even change that color. I did like a lightish purplish kind of color. But anyway, so here's Macy's. This is a 15-minute chart. This is pretty much the whole week. I'm going to have to scrunch it down a little bit so you can see where I sold my covered call. I sold my covered call up here at 1850, hoping I would get assigned and sell the shares at 1850. We had a decent rally at one point. Wednesday, it looked like we got as high as like 813, 820. But that's as high as we got for the week. And we just finally closed at 1784. So I didn't get assigned. Calls expired worthless. But as always, I get to keep the premium, that delicious, yummy premium. It's all mine. So cool. So now what we get to do, as we always do at the end of the week, if I'm still holding a position where covered calls did not get assigned, I adjust my cost basis. So I'm actually getting rid of these moving averages. So the cost basis I had to start the week was all the way down to 1769. Now again, we can't forget, I originally got assigned on these shares at 1850. That's when I first owned the shares. I bought 300 at 1850. I've sold enough calls, enough options against the stock to have my cost basis come all the way down to 1769. And because I did a whole nother round of covered calls this week, where I got 12 cents per contract, I can now adjust my position by 12 cents. So now it's going to go from 1769 to 1757. So I can bring this down all the way down here. Something like that. I don't know why the dollar value isn't showing up next to the dotted line, next to my horizontal line. That's really screwing me up. But it usually should tell you where the line is. Settings? Oh my god. Alright, more updates. Now I guess I can make a template out of my line. I can click settings on the line and show on y-axis. Thank you. There we go. Oh, and I could even put the line exactly where I want it at 1757. Boom. Wow, look at that. Okay, so it's at 1757 now, and we can see the price on it and everything. So if you look at it, given where the stock closed at 1784, I have a profit on this position. If I choose to close the shares now, or let's say on Monday they're at 1780 still, I can close the position and capture a 30-cent gain on the shares. I have 300 shares. It'd be a $90 net profit. That's how it works out. With all the premium I've received and where the shares stand from where I bought them to where they are now, it would be a $90 profit. But I'm not really looking for a $90 profit. I'm looking for more, at least a couple hundred. All the stock positions that I've owned from being assigned on puts have all ended up being at least like $200 winners. So that's what I'm going for, and I'm just going to keep selling calls until it happens. I mean, Macy's is finding some support down here where it's finding a bottom and starting to creep its way up. So I should probably give it some more time to see what it ends up wanting to do. But at the same time, I am overall pessimistic on the macro environment and where the stock market might end up going. So it might be best to kind of just maybe just take my gains here and move on from the position altogether. We'll see what happens Monday. But as of right now, I'm probably just going to sell more covered calls and call it a day. That's Macy's. Now we can move on to the 3 cash secured put plays that I did this week. One being eBay. We'll do eBay first. Okay, I'm not gonna lie. The chart, the colors of the candles are messing me up. We're going back. All right, that's more like it. So here's eBay. I sold a cash secured put at 45. It had earnings this week, so there was decent premium this far out of the money. It ended up having a strong rally during the week. Earnings, it did have a nasty red day. It dropped 5% following earnings, but yet was still above my strike of 45. So that was perfect. I ended up closing it early. I closed everything early today. So I closed this one for $1. I got 50 for it. I closed it for $1, a net profit of $49 locked in and realized for the week on this position. So that was nice. That worked out very nice. Newmont Mining Corporation, gold mining company. This one was perfect. It did exactly what I wanted it to. It held that bottom at 44. I sold the 44 strike for $36. I actually sold 2 contracts for $36 each. And it held it. It did exactly what I wanted to do. I saw it forming a bottom here earlier, like last weekend, and I wanted for it to just continue. If not pop up, I mean, I really thought we'd find a little bit of a pop given how oversold it is. I mean, look at this thing. But I decided to just move sideways and hold 44, which at the end of the day, sideways, moving up, we win from both of them as long as it doesn't go down. So, and that's what happened. I believe it did dip at least once or twice to that level. Yeah, I mean, so Monday and Tuesday were fine. Here was Wednesday. It dipped below 44 a little bit. It hung out there a little bit and then popped off of it. Thursday was fine. Then there was today, sold off right away, down to that level again, but it held. And it was fine after that. So I ended up closing it for $10 each per contract. So I captured 72% of the gain, not 100%, not 99 or whatever. It was only 72% because I closed it somewhere in the middle of the afternoon, like right around here while it was starting to come back down probably. That's probably why the premium wasn't that low. It was at $10 a contract. So I captured, all in all, it was a net $52 gain on the position because I had 2 contracts, so that helped. So $52 there on Newmont. And if I held it to expiration, it would have played out perfectly, as you can tell. And then the last one was Pfizer. This one did not go well. What the hell happened here? Glitch. This one actually closed down at 49.27, and I sold the 49.50 strike. So I would have been assigned on this one had I not closed it early, which I already told you I did. I closed everything early this week, well, today. I closed this one. When did I close it? It was all at the same time, so it was right around noontime, and it was actually coming back down to 49.50. But thankfully, Theta Decay helped me. So we were like right at that strike price. We were creeping down lower to where the cash secured put was at the money, but because of Theta, the premium was only $12, and when I initially sold it for $27. So Theta helped me out. And I ended up closing it for $15 profit. That's it, $15. Ended up being 55% of the total premium. That's okay. I was happy with it because I just wanted to get out of it, honestly. We were too close to that level. Pfizer wasn't having the greatest of all weeks. I mean, here's the week in a nutshell. I mean, we had a nasty Tuesday, and it just struggled. It actually went below the strike a couple times. Once on Wednesday, hung out down here. And then again yesterday on Thursday, went as low as 49.20, popped back up. Today we just couldn't hold it this time, but luckily I was out of it. So that ends up being a total of $116 locked up for the week in realized profits, which is perfect. I'm looking for 100 to 200 a week in cash secured put premiums, and I got 116. So perfect. It wasn't the best. It wasn't optimal. I stood to make at most 149. and I only walked away with 116, but that's okay. That's still, let's just figure it out. That's about 78% of the total premium that I collected this week I kept. About 78%. So happy with that. So now we're just left with Macy's. Macy's is our only open position. So far, so good. I mean, we're above our adjusted cost basis. So as it stands right this second, I'm up on the position, about $90 right now. So we're gonna have to see on Monday what I decide to do. I would like to get rid of the position because I am overall bearish, but at the same time, selling covered calls has been working. Macy's has been holding up. Lowering the cost basis has been very effective and been keeping me in this position in a very good spot, actually. So it might just be worth it to keep doing that. Just follow the wheel strategy as it says, as it's laid out, and don't get out of the position until the call gets you out of the position. That's really how the wheel works. There shouldn't be any cute games that you play where, oh, maybe I'm just going to sell the shares in the pre-market and just be done with the position rather than selling calls at the open. Like, just keep collecting that premium and let the stock do the rest. So that's one side. That's the angel on my shoulder and the devil on the other shoulder saying, just sell it right away. We'll see what happens. I'm not exactly sure. But that's the end of the video. $116 locked up for the week. I'll take it. And, well, that's going to do it. I plan to release another video soon this weekend, as I usually do. I'm going over my weekly game plan for the next week. I'm going to do some research on my own time, find a few names that look good for cash secured put plays this next week, and then I'll make a video showing you guys exactly what levels I'm looking at. So that's it, guys. Thank you for watching. Like the video, subscribe for more content. I'll see you all next time.